Yo, yo, it's episode 71 of my blind RS3 Ironman playthrough. Really important episode this time. We're finally doing Plague's End. I did only a couple quests out of order. I probably should have done Plague's End out of order, if we're being honest, but I really wanted to simulate what it would feel like for someone to play through this game as content was being released. The first part of this episode will be the entirety of Plague's End and my thoughts on it, and then we're going to explore Prif for like 30 minutes or so. There is a ton of content, and finally the Candy Loop tracker is actually going to get populated. I feel like the Candy Loop tracker has been empty for months at this point. That's a reflection on the structure of RS3, not a reflection on my playstyle. Like, there's actually going to be a point where I want to do a lot of things at the same time. It feels great to me. Like, that is the essence of RuneScape. So yeah, let's get to the episode.
Just got PK'd while doing my daily essence runs. I gotta go buy all my crap back. I didn't lose anything. I just lost a Edgeville sword and I guess a bunch of pure essence, and my pouches is the most annoying thing. I'm on it. Didn't realize this had happened, but I just got the achievement for Eastern Adventurer for completing all the storylines. Still have to find a couple clues for the Exile, apparently. Like, year and a half plus. Really long time to do that, of me doing it very religiously. Part of the reason it took so long is because it took a really long time to get 90 agility and 90 dungeoneering. Woodcutting 107, 3 to go. Oh man, I'm preparing for Plague's End, and I can't tell you how excited I am that this quest actually has items that I need to bring. Even one of a kind didn't require that at all. Look at that. Mourner gear, a rune bar, a plant cure potion, 10 magic logs, 200 spirit shards. This is, I'm over the moon. All right, look at all these items in my inventory. Let's go. I guess we've got to talk to Arianwen. All right. Cleared the rock slide. That was a while. Let's go. Death guards. I have the Mourner disguise with me. How convenient. You ready? Let's go. Okay, we're back here. Undercity. What are you doing in the storeroom? Thought we saw a mouse. Might get into the food stores. Tedious archaeologist. Okay. This guy? Talk to us, not him. Intellectuals boring us to death. What are you doing? Real one, not the temporary camp. Stored in the Grand Library in the form of a giant crystal seed. That's cool. I feel like having a city you grow from a seed is a great follow-up to everything they've done with crystal seeds up to this point. What about the elves in the city when it was reverted? They'll wake up as though nothing happened. I'm really excited to see how this is different from Song of the Elves. Take my report to the mayor. Okay. Stairs in this room lead there. I know it's pronounced Prifddinas technically, but everyone says Prif, so I'm probably just going to say Prif. Let's see. Going somewhere here. No one seems to be interactable. This building up here, maybe? Mayor! You have your Orwell's master plan. Let me read this report really quick. Wants to regrow Prif. Knew the nature of the power source Lord Yorwith tends to use. I could save much time. Okay. Got a report. Gnomish foods from Arpasandra. Okay. Can't touch that. Wants me to go check in on somebody. Check on her gnomish food that's recently arrived at the refugee camp. Okay, let me try to find it. These guys are the gnomes. Food is for the mayor. Starving. The mayor wants you to distribute the food to the crowd. Gonna get mad. Like, give me an opportunity to get the plan, I guess. Guards are distributing it to the crowd. Okay. Long and obscure. Large-scale conversion of quasi-elf resources into necromantic power. That seems bad. Okay, we're back. And emerge the whole population of West Arduin. Wow. How do you know he's going to kill them? Quasi-elf is our technical term for humans. Okay. How will that help him? Wants to summon the Dark Lord. I don't know what the Dark Lord is. Associated with death in the Temple of Light. Really glad this quest takes place in Ambiguous. It doesn't take place in the 6th Age. It's not part of Sliske's game. Go back to Arduin. Who are you two? You're not Death Guards. I like the Warder, Counselor Halgrive. Time to start a revolution. Okay. Do I need inventory space for this? Because I'm full. I'm going to check really quick. I need 3 spaces, so I'm just going to deposit the magic logs here. But I got to go to Arduin. Off we go. I had to check. I guess we got to talk to the guy in East Arduin first. Let me show you this document. I know your reputation. King Lothus is in league with the mourners. Okay. Bravik the Warder on the first floor of the civic office in West Arduin. This guy is Bravik? Hey, what's up? Gave me a hangover cure once. Elves faking a plague to get human slaves. Yeah, if you suspected, why didn't you do anything? Need to overthrow the mourners. Might as well be wearing a plague mask. Okay. Prophect's list. Elena, Koftik, Ted and Martha Renison, Nurse Sarah, Jethic, and Carla. I recognize several of these, like Elena, obviously, and the nurse. I'll try to track them down here. Here's Jethic. Oh, leave me alone, Warner. I just take one piece off. Join my revolution. That was easy. People are ready to revolt. Here's the Renaissance. Would you help to overthrow the mourners? Okay. Here's Elena. Sounds good. We're gonna nurse Sarah. Finally happening? Okay. These are all on board immediately. Carla. Join my revolution and avenge your son. This is the guy you do the underground pass quest with. All right, telling everyone what to do. Plague is fake. Gasp. Mourners are really elves. King Lothus is in league with the Mourners. Mourners are planning to kill you all. Time to strike. Wonder if Arianwen's still going to be a traitor in this, like he is in Song of the Elves. Mourner HQ. Okay. Oh, nice. Love all the NPCs stacked out there. That's cool. I think they've earned this a lot of their characterization in prior Elf quests here. That's really cool, kicking down the door. Nice. Revolution! Okay. Talk to anybody here? Escape Bold Heroic. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's the title screen music. I love when they bring that back. They bring it back in Dragon Slayer 2. That's awesome. See, this music sounds familiar. Well, you've just been dealing with these guys being here for so long. This feels kind of cathartic. I wonder if they got this idea in Dragon Slayer 2 from this quest. Wife and children in Prif. You didn't show mercy to the plague victims. Happened to the gnome prisoner. A new mourner recruit convinced me to let him go. You were that new recruit. How are you going to summon the Dark Lord? Dark Lord turns out to be the fragment of Saren in Song of the Elves. It's kind of a cool twist. Who is the Dark Lord? Hang the flag on the roof. Arduin Revolutionary flag. Nice. This flag here, replace standard. Nice. Counselor Halgrive's seal. Yeah, this quest feels more like it's the dramatic conclusion to a bunch of other quests, right? It's moving along at kind of a quick pace, but that feels earned, especially since we had a couple of short quests that feel like they were designed to set this one up. The music really helped her. That was cool. You've been like dealing with sneaking into this Mourner base for literally years at this point. Talk to Sir Edmund at Ardoin Castle. Okay. Hey, Sir Edmund, what's up? Fighting for control of the castle. A group of heroes are loyal to Councillor Halgrive. The paladins and warrior women are fighting for King Lothus. Get to his throne room. Are you ready? Yes. So far, it's not super different from Song of the Elves. I think they both kind of take the same epic tone. Talk to King Lothus. Hugo, protect me. Yeah, I did do something to his brother. Suck it, Sir Hugo. I trusted you. Why are you helping the Yorworth? All Kandarian should have been my birthright. Interesting. The Mourners are going to kill everyone in West Ardoin? I did know. I don't know if there's any reason to spare this guy. I used to assume it was Zamorak. Enough questions. Let's kill the king. So dies the last true king in Gielinor. Okay. I like the way they handle Lothus in Song of the Elves, where it's like he gets dragged out in front of the population who execute him, instead of just leaving that to the player character to choose. I think they really learned about not doing the moral choices in OSRS. I think they have a couple cutesy little ones in like standalone quests, but there it just makes more sense for the story for that to just happen. With give something to the other characters rather than the player character is the way I'd put it, right? Back to the Undercity. Gotta talk to that one guy, the archaeologist guy. Oh, took me right to him, didn't it? Whoops. Warriors are in full-scale retreat from West Ardoin. How will regrowing the city defeat Lord Yorworth? Okay. So we're going to unify the clans. That seems like an appropriate conclusion. I'll have to like think on how to articulate this, and maybe I won't be able to, but there's something about a satisfying video gamey story that distinguishes it from just like a satisfying book or movie. And I feel like something like go unify all the clans feels very video gamey. It can still be satisfying. You can still do that in a movie, right? But you have more time in a video game. Has that like, you know, conquer the jungle temple and the ice temple and the fire temple like feel to it. Oh yeah, and there's this door. It's a grand library door and it has all the clans on it. Yeah, okay. What do I do now? Find the leaders. Ariane, when does Lord Kadarn? Okay, so I guess Arianna's not going to betray me here. Yep. Someone here. Where? I need to find the elders. Okay. Lost elders. Lady Traherne journeyed south from the well. I struggle with Welsh. Kirwis. Ithel. Amlod. Sleeps the sleep of the uncalled. Heffen walked westward on the water. There brewed a map in the dungeon of the kin. What would you like me to explain? Traherne. Masters of mining and smithing. Oh, cool. So is Prif going to have all the cool... I really like this about Prif and old school RuneScape. There's just a ton of stuff to do there, and it's all relevant to the end game. Which I've heard Prif has a lot of important stuff here, but I'm curious if it's going to be just as much relevant things. Experts in farming and woodcutting. Had a magical connection with trees. The trees were his brothers. Architect. Passed away. Have something of Anlod's, a summoning charm. Okay. Effin. The march to the southwest of Letya, the poison waste. Okay. Oh, does this require dungeoneering? Checking the quest requirements. Does. Agility, construction, crafting, dungeoneering, herblore, mining, prayer, range, summoning, and woodcutting. All 75, which is nice. Okay, got it. Summoning charm for Amlod. Can I literally just like summon him with a summoning pouch? Because that would be kind of funny. Okay, this one seems like a bit of a mystery. One of those kind of like players had to work together to figure out what it all meant. So I might end up looking up the wiki for some tips here. Okay, so yeah, the magic logs are for the woodcutting one. That makes sense. There's symbols in Letya in the different buildings. Okay. Yeah, I would not have noticed these. Inspect symbol. Symbols found 1 out of 5. Okay. This one's really hidden in the ranging shop. The southern building here. And there's supposed to be 2 more on a top level somewhere. One outside the altar room here. And then 1 more near the clothing store. Okay, this is the last one here. Built in the middle of Letya using 10 magic logs. Okay, can do. I love when they have you do lots of weird skilling activities. Like, I haven't even noticed that that's missing, but that's something I kept praising. If you watch back through these videos, we do RS3 quests. I'm like, oh, it's so fun that they have like a goofy little reason you have to have this skill level for this quest, right? And it feels like they've just dumped that lately. This is core to what a RuneScape quest is, in my opinion. That's pretty cool looking. On the balcony, come talk to me. The descendant of Lady Ithel. I am Lady Ithel. What happened to Kellen? The new Lady Ithel, okay. Why didn't you build that statue yourself? Cool. Alright, that's one. I'm just going to follow the wiki here for recommendations. Make your way to the Well of Voyage. Oh yeah, the well from Underground Pass. Alright. Totally forgot about this well. It's been a really long time. Oh, can I make an amlod pouch or something? Maybe not. It's pretty funny though. Oh, that's cool. There's a cracked wall here. Really like that. So we need mining. Oh, she's just chilling in here. To her, an automaton. Guys use the different combat styles, it looks like. But you can do this quest really early because the combat is not difficult at all, like even for RS3. I feel like this quest must have been in development for a really long time. It feels so much like a pre-World Wakes quest. Rune and Crystal Exoskeleton is keeping her alive, but the exoskeleton is damaged, preventing her from waking. Need a rune bar. Justifies having Smith, I guess. Pretty cool looking exoskeleton. Who disturbs my slumber? Human. Exoskeleton was damaged. Are you undead? Very rude to ask a lady's vital status. In this cave all this time? Okay. Oh, it says actually I am supposed to make an Amlod pouch. I just have to use the Amlod charm on the thing. Okay. That's funny. That's like extremely goofy. Got it. I just activate it. Oh, I'm back. Behold the great Lord Amlod. You mighty summoner have called me back. Are you my summoned creature now? Can I command you? Most summony of all elves. Cute. Yeah, this doesn't have the, like, emotional core, I think, of a quest like Chosen Commander, but it's a really good video gamey conclusion quest, I think. We're still learning about the elves. There's still cool lore and stuff like that. Meet you in the Undercity. Okay. So we have to do the one in the Poison Waste, I think. I guess I'm allowed to pick these mushrooms because I have the potion recipe on me, so this one requires herb lore. Okay. Cadentine white berries, which is super defense potion. Brown, red, and blue Saftar mushrooms. So I can grind that up. Probably have to do the red ones first, though. And I guess there's red mushrooms somewhere west of here. Okay, so I gotta use these on this potion. There we go. Mailer potion used in Plague's End. Then there's still something I have to do off in this direction. Oh, this is really hidden. I really like how hidden this stuff is in this quest. Yeah, you gotta like cut down that little tree after going through 2 but not all 3 of the dense forests. Then you can inspect this tree. Plant cure. Okay, that's what we need. Farming, I guess. Whoa. He's a tree guy. This quest kind of rules. I like it. How'd you turn into a tree? It's deep magic to be a tree. Why did you turn into a tree? The gnomes polluted the wasteland with their substances. Dark Lord, okay. Okay. Another one near Letya, I guess. Okay, there's some kind of island hopping puzzle for this one. It's the one they set up as being in the swamp. It would have been really cool when this quest came out to be like the team trying to solve it for the wiki. I used to do that in an MMO I played a really long time ago. Nexus TK, I was the guy that did this kind of thing, right? And it was never just me who solved it, right? It was me, you know, gathering reports from dozens of people. I think this is right. All right, I'll report when I'm done. Okay, the quest makes it pretty clear where you're supposed to go. One of them we're going to have to go to Dungeoneering, which makes sense. They set that up earlier. Because they're saying you don't have to go anywhere other than these two regions. That would have made it a little bit easier to try to figure out. This is where Zulra is in Old School. This is pretty funny. This is like the agility part of the quest, I guess. That was actually a huge pain in the ass. Jumping over all those rocks, but hey, pains in the ass, part of these Grandmaster style quests, I think. Lady of nothing but this hovel. Seek the wisdom of Saren. Saren is present in every crystal. Saren's faithfulness to the elves represents Saren's harmonious nature. Nope. Symmetry of crystals. What represents Saren's humility? The way she nurtures all living things? I don't know. Correct. Nothing I said mentioned Saren's humility. Yeah, that's smart. Tell me more about Saren. Yeah, an item of trivia for you to memorize. That's cool. What have you been doing as a hermit? Be my duty. Duty to resume my role as clan leader. Okay. Alright, gotta go to Demonheim next with this potion, which is kind of cool. Drink the potion in the Demonheim lobby. Ooh, I hope that they accounted for this when they redesigned, because there's been a lot of stuff where they like redesign an area and then cutscenes are all broken as a result. Hopefully it's fine. Okay, there's a little portal. That's fair. Whoa, this is cool. It's actually a little Demonheim room. Just been chilling here with a bunch of farming patches. Hey, what's up? Hallucinating people again. Is it time to regrow Prif? Why were you hallucinating? I do like that each of them has like 3 things you can ask them, and it's like very brief, to the point. You get the idea, but it's some neat bonus lore. It feels like the opposite of like Zaros having 20 dialogue options that are all so long. Doesn't feel like it's a lore dump. This feels more like, you know, an investigate option in Mass Effect. Oh, Elven explorers discovered the entrance back in the days of Bexorian's empire. Okay, I think that's everybody? Question mark? Or the Ariane one. Okay. Don't think I still need a Warner outfit for this. Oh, hey, Penguin Agent. What do we get? Try to get something I can turn into fortunate components. I did not. Yep, let's go. Hey, we're all here. Able to hide us. Lord Yorworth's army will rush in and overwhelm us, unless they're already occupied. Okay. Guess we gotta go to Tyrus Camp. I can probably get there more easily by chartering a ship. Yo, General. Time has come to face the darkness. Sweet. Okay. Let's try now. It's time. To the Grand Library and let's finish this. We're gonna get a giant light puzzle. I actually don't have a ton of time, so I might need to have a break in between sessions here. Okay, they made this place way more epic looking in old school. Doesn't look like much of a library. Store of information, not a store of books. Direct the light from each clan into the Seal of Saren. Start with Kadarn. The plans in order to create mirrors to redirect the beam. That's classic. That's still good, though. I really like the mirror puzzle in Song of the Elves, but this seems a little bit simpler. Seal of Kadarn, put mirror. Oh, they don't make me carry them around with me, though, which is nice. Okay. Well, this is eminently solvable without needing a guide. That should be it, right? You just talk to him and then he'll just beam it in there. See if it gets nasty. Okay. Shadow creatures. You mean the Dark Lord? Okay, so it's just like Morning's End. You're just being harassed by little shadows again. Okay, that's cute. Traherne is next. Okay. Oh, and then some of the pillars broke. I see, so it's not just free. That makes it pretty easy to guess where you're supposed to go. How does it work when the pillars break, though, right? Because I must go all the way around. That's the only thing that makes sense. That, and then this goes all the way to this one. I'm guessing it gets increasingly more complex as we go, I would hope. Okay. Activate Seal of Traherne. Orworth is next. Okay. Probably shouldn't have brought my ectoplasm. I don't think I need it here. I could probably go all the way around, I'm guessing. Bounces up here. We go right and then down and then left and then. Nice little streamlined mirror puzzle. Pretty doable, I think. All right, Yorworth. What is that? Oh, he looks cool. He must come up later. What are you? Dark Lord. The Dark Lord's not a fragment of Saren. Oh, this one looks like it has mechanics. That's kind of cool. I need to bring more food, but that's okay. Don't stand in the bad, please. The next thing I'm doing here. I'm guessing we're just going around in order. Since we did Traherne, it must be Ithel next. I don't even need a mirror here, do I? Cross. This is still a lot of work, though. Bounce. A lot here. I think that's right. Oh, the one I have to do is glowing. Okay. That's reasonable. Let me make sure I'm topping off with regenerate here in between phases. Didn't mean to place that. Got it. Did it. The light harms it. You seem pretty obsessed with death. How can you live knowing you will one day die? Easily. Just pretty much just have to run constantly, it seems like, to not get stuck in the goop. Okay. I think you've seen me do enough of the mirror puzzles now. They're pretty straightforward, so I'll cut to the next time we fight the Dark Lord here. Although this is a puzzle that's presented like a boss fight. The puzzle part's not very hard compared to the earlier ones. I guess the earlier ones aren't hard either, just because you're getting distracted constantly. That should be it, I think. Seal of Amlot. I think there's only one more after that. Oh, never mind. 5 out of 8. Those who built the Temple of Light are dead. I remain. Death will always defeat life. Doctrines about which Saren warned our ancestors when she shattered herself. Oh, it is kind of a fragment of Saren. But it's very different presentation. You're not fighting it solo. This phase seems different. There's no big pillars blocking me. I'm going from the Heffen crystal, the red one. I'm trying to figure out what it wants me to do here. There's already pre-placed mirrors now. Okay. That's gonna go this way. They're completely fixed, alright. All the way around the outside, I assume. That bounces onto that, and that automatically goes up here. I did not know that this quest had a mirror boss fight. It's really funny. I wonder if they originally planned to have you do the mirror as the boss fight and settled for, we'll have you do a mirror puzzle, and then in between phases we'll have you punch the guy a little bit. It's fine, it's just very funny. Should go here. It's not right. Okay, should be good. Activate. Nice. Cool pattern. Becoming weaker. Power of your death. Oh, he just straight up kills your worth. What's with your death obsession? My creator and my sibling were immortal. It was I. Like a piece of Saren is the idea. Aspect of Saren. Forgot I could pray. I'll clean these guys up and we'll do the next puzzle. I think I did this right. I may have actually done it backwards. Let's see. Yeah, no, I did it wrong. Oh wait, rotate this guy. Yeah, I think it gets on that mirror and gets screwed up. I think that's what throws you off from doing it that way. Okay, I think I can still fix it if I go this way instead. Definitely saw that I hit a dead end and was confused as to what it wanted me to do. This can't go anywhere. Oh, I found the mistake. I assumed that that's one of the locked mirrors. It's actually rotated the wrong way. That's why I couldn't get it to work. Easy fix. There we go. 7 out of 8. Creator of the Elves. I taught you magic and brought you to this world. You cannot destroy me. Dark Lord is Saren? I was part of her. She cast me out. God Word, I saw billions die. Oh, shattered myself into crystals and remain with them. That's kind of a cool way to do Saren. I spoke to the minds of those who walk the underground pass. Prepare for my finest feast. Do have some food here. Probably didn't need it, but just in case. So this will be our last one, the yellow crystal here. I'll report back when it's about done. Grateful for the fixed mirrors in this one. There's a lot of them. This would have been really annoying if I had to place all these mirrors naturally. Facing the right way at the beginning. Okay, this goes up here. Bounce, 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 and then up. This one is suitably nasty. I had to put a mirror on basically every single plinth. Let's see. Oh, what did I do wrong? This one's misrotated, is that the problem? There we go. No, I cannot die. Dark Lord is dead. Empower the Seal of Saren. Sing the city. Dark Lord have created an evil Prif. Doom the elves live under Lord Yorwith's rule. Hey, it will no longer be a city only for elves. We'll throw the doors open to other races. Sweet. Oh, it's a lot of lamps. Traherne exoskeleton, which if I understand correctly is something that gives you a like thieving bonus and is inherited by the thieving set, so that's kind of cool. I'm just going to pop all of these lamps, and then I guess for this episode there's enough to check out in Prif that I should just go do that soon. Plague's End is a pretty solid quest. I liked it well enough. I need to be really careful here because I have to judge the quality of Plague's End based on the other RS3 quests and not on Song of the Elves, the old school RuneScape equivalent of this quest, which is obviously heavily based on Plague's End and is the benefactor of, years of hindsight and also a much larger budget and more time, I assume.
Overall, the events of Plague's End are much more similar to the events of Song of the Elves than I was expecting. There are some small changes, but the basic idea of rebuilding Prif, defeating King Lothus, having a revolution in West Arduin, tracking down the clan leaders of the elves, all of these are still here. Instead of ending with a fight against the Fragment of Saren, you fight what's called the Dark Lord, which is essentially also revealed to be a Fragment of Saren, just for slightly different reasons. So Song of the Elves is less of a branch from Plague's End as it is a really robust, huge remake of Plague's End. It's like, what if we had a ton of time to make Plague's End a gigantic Wall Gothic Sleep style quest? If you pretend like Song of the Elves doesn't exist, then Plague's End is a really solid quest. It doesn't really have much of an emotional core. You're not talking too much with the individuals that you're dealing with and learning about their hopes and dreams and motivations, but it's a well choreographed quest with cool lore moments that are precise. It's not like the Zaros quest where Zaros has like 16 pieces of dialogue he throws at you. You can learn a little bit about each of the clan leaders, and it's enough to be interesting. It's exponentially better than any of the god slop stuff we've been doing lately, because it does involve people, right? Even when you're talking to the clan leaders, each of the clan leaders has a bit of a character, and they tell you a little bit about what their deal is and why they're in hiding and what they plan to do now. I'll spend the rest of this summary just talking about what changed in Song of the Elves. So Song of the Elves massively expands all of the globetrotting stuff in this quest. One of the really cool things it does is it has you go back to Backstorian Falls, and you restore Backstorian to life, which is a really cool sequence. The Arduin Revolution, I think, is a lot more interesting in Song of the Elves as well. In Plague's End, you basically just walk to like 6 people and say, hey, we should do a revolution. They're like, okay. In Song of the Elves, you have to foment the revolution by posing, basically doing false flag attacks and posing as an Arduin knight, causing a lot of problems around the town, making people's living conditions worse, which is, I think, more interesting, and you put more work into it so it feels more earned when it happens. I think Song of the Elves also spends a lot more time on some of the more important characters like Elena. We've spent so much time with Elena in prior quests. Plague's End kind of just cuts to, yeah, she's on board with the revolution, but there's a substantial beginning part of Song of the Elves where you deal with Elena and you're reminded of your relationship with her. There's a lot more going on with finding all the clan leaders. It's very similar. Some of the clan leaders, you do almost the same puzzle, but it's a little bit more complex in Song of the Elves. In Plague's End, you find all of the clan leaders back to back, but in Song of the Elves, they like distribute them through the quest, so it doesn't feel like, okay, go do 8 things, right? I was really impressed with the Grand Library in Song of the Elves. It's kind of disappointing in this quest. They give you a good reason for why it's disappointing. You get in there and you're like, why is this a library? This is really tiny. And they're like, oh, we don't store the knowledge as books. We store it as crystals. And that's why it's just this like one little room, which is fine. Like, totally makes sense. It's a good excuse too. But the Grand Library is gigantic, and it's a huge Morning's End puzzle that's really good because you're not getting harassed by shadows constantly. The version of that puzzle in Plague's End is instead a boss fight, which is kind of an interesting idea. But I really like the like super epic, so many floors and different mirrors and things you had to do. I think they streamlined the hell out of the Plague's End version of that mirror puzzle. It's actually kind of interesting because obviously I keep talking about it as though Song of the Elves happened first, but it didn't, right? Song of the Elves is a remake of Plague's End. So Plague's End is pre-streamlined, and Song of the Elves is like unstreamlining it, which is a really interesting use. I don't think we see that in video games very frequently, right? Where you're basically remaking something and making it more annoying. I'm really sitting here trying to think, like, I've played so many remakes of video games that are all about streamlining, so just playing a quest that unstreamlined it is fucking cool, actually. I think it should be studied. The Grand Library mirror puzzle in Song of the Elves is, like, iconic and insane and feels huge and epic, and it feels like you've really accomplished something when you're done. The final boss fight with the mirrors in Plague's End it's fine. It's it's trickier, I guess, than some of the other mirror puzzles in the game, but it's very easy. It only takes a few minutes to do. One of the big things they changed in Song of the Elves is they have Arianwin end up being a traitor, which is cool because he wants to bring Saren back. I think making Arianwin a traitor is really great for his character because he's just kind of the NPC you talk to who's always a good guy who helps you out with your quest in RS3. But in old school RuneScape, it's neat that he has this twist at the end that kind of makes sense, and he puts himself into exile after the quest is complete. The entire attack on Letya is new to old school RuneScape as well. That doesn't happen in Plague's End. There's no returning to the underground pass really in Plague's End like there is in Song of the Elves. I thought that was awesome also. And like I said, the final boss fight is against, quote, the Dark Lord, which is essentially the Fragment of Saren, but it doesn't hold a candle to the Fragment of Saren fight in old school, which is really hard. At least it was really hard when I played it. That fight's great, and the lead up to it in old school RuneScape is nice because Arianwin has doubts and shoots Yorworth instead of just like fully becoming a traitor. In Plague's End, Yorworth just kind of gets unceremoniously eaten by the Dark Lord, basically. Very funnily, Prif hadn't even been released yet at the time of Plague's End, so when you finish the quest, you just kind of get an abrupt quest complete message. You don't even get to go to Prif immediately and have a little cutscene introducing you. You can if you just manually walk to Prif, then you get that cutscene, but it feels weird that they didn't like edit that into the quest after the fact. Since it's such an important piece that like, oh, this city springs up into existence, we don't get to see that happen. I think that's most of the differences. So that was kind of a recap of Song of the Elves, but rather than Plague's End. But I think you get the gist of it. It's the same quest, except Song of the Elves is much more robust. I'm still really happy that I played Plague's End, even though it didn't end up having substantially different plot points from Song of the Elves, just because it's so cool to see what they did now. Like when I played Song of the Elves, like, wow, this is a really cool quest. I love these Grandmaster quests. They're amazing. I didn't realize that they were essentially doing a huge remake of this cool, iconic quest from RS3. It's funny because I've seen RS3 now try to remake old school RuneScape quests, and I've generally found those kind of underwhelming, especially like Death of Chivalry. I don't think that we needed to remake Black Knight's Fortress. I think the Prince Ali remakes are pretty good on the whole, but I don't know, Song of the Elves, the way that it went about doing a remake is much more interesting to me because it's essentially making a demake in a lot of ways. But because there's so much about old school RuneScape's quest design that I vastly prefer to RS3's streamlined quest design, that demake actually feels like a more complete, bigger product, which is so cool. Never seen it before in the industry, might not ever see it again. We'll see. Anyway, that's Plague's End. Let's check out Prif. Weird the quest doesn't end with you actually going to Prif. I just Googled it, and it sounds like they added it after the quest was complete, which is kind of crazy. That does make me wonder if this quest was just like in development for ages before it finally got actually added. Okay, pretty excited to finally be getting into Prif. I think this is my last lodestone teleport. I think I have all of them except this one. Yeah, that's the only one that's been locked. Pass here, it looks like. You may pass. Thank you. Prif Monument. That is wild that this didn't launch with the quest. Thank you for everything. That's cool. Come see the fruits of your labors. Oh, they actually are going to give us an intro cutscene? Okay. Oh, they're going to show us a cutscene of it growing? Oh, we got a spirit tree. Okay. Big ol' endgame city. An extra bunch of different skills. Okay, there's a lot to do here, and that's apparently glitched out. Some of these cutscenes are like super glitchy. It's kind of unfortunate. When I first saw them, I assumed that they weren't like using in-engine locations, that it was just like baked footage, but I guess not after seeing 3 or 4 of them glitched in a row now. That's cool. The fuck is this? 20% thieving XP from pickpocketing. Okay. Don't like that. At the start of the hour? Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't mean the whole place sucks. It's just kind of stupid. I just want to find the lodestone. In the dead center of town, that's easy. And then I'm going to come back later and just
Google what I can do in each district and see if any of it's relevant to me. Cool little central area. Got it. Fantastic. Unlock all lodestones, finally. Okay, it's a new day. I'm doing my dailies, which means that Prif is now included in those dailies. I have a new patch, several new patches. I've got a new lychee patch and a new carambola patch, so I'm going to go plant those. I'll eventually go over everything that's new to Prif. I went into Discord and just tried to cover everything, make sure I understood what I was and wasn't going to be doing. But let's do this as part of our normal farming runs. I've been doing this farming run religiously every single day for primal fruit pulp to level herblore. I know it's very slow XP, but given the time investment, it's very easy. All right, here's the bush patch. I basically have infinite supreme growth potions now because I'm at the beans cap, so I don't even have to think about that at all, which is kind of funny. There's also a fruit tree patch. I'm going to plant willow as well, because I use that to make new giant ant pouches every now and then. Okay, planting this willow. Oh, in a second, planting this willow. Literally just want the branches from it. And then gotta find the fruit tree patch, which is somewhere. All right, and here's the carambola patch. So those are pretty substantial bonuses. There's also a bunch of extra patches in Prif and old school RuneScape, so that's kind of a cool reward. Since I'm doing a farming run, I'm going to go ahead and activate the spirit tree over here, which I think lets me plant one additional spirit tree, after which I can just get rid of all of my spirit seeds, which would be mildly convenient. I think I gotta talk to Glauron. You can grow another one. That's it. You just talk to the guy and now you can do it. Okay. Alright, so I have to pick between... No, I just have to plant this guy and then I'm done. Okay. Alright, here is the final spirit tree. After this, I'm just going to disassemble spirit seeds and hope they never add a patch that rewards you for saving them forever. You can use them at the farming guild in OSRS, which is kind of nice. There we go. Hooray, full spirit tree network unlocked. Like, almost a year after I had technically the unlocks from the farming levels. I feel like I've had the farming levels for an extremely long time and I just needed to technically unlock Prif to get everything else. And I guess do that other elf quest that gave me another one. Alright, so the very first thing I'm about to go check out in Prif is something that kind of makes me want to die. I kind of hate the voice of Saren mechanic. I'll explain it in a second once I get over there. There's a lot of actually cool stuff in Prif to talk about, and I'm going to do it, but I have to do this now because of this goddamn mechanic. I introduced it earlier. It's this, right? 20% prayer XP from cleansing Saren stones. So what is that? Saren stones are a way to train prayer, apparently. By converting GP into prayer XP. And I've talked about how prayer is one of my more problematic skills, and I have enough GP that I could probably get to 99, but it's only efficient if I get the 20% bonus XP. And this reconfigures once an hour, so to play efficiently, I have to go do that during this hour. I hate the way RS3 tries to force scaffold your play. I feel like it's such an advantage of old school RuneScape that you can just do whatever, whenever, and you're never pushed by time to do anything specific. But I guess I'm just gonna do that. I gotta go buy... I gotta buy crystals for GP, and then I can use them to cleanse the thing. Let's see. I'm gonna explore the rest of the town, but I need to do this now while this buff is up is the problem. Yeah, so it's this corrupted Saren stone here. I can buy 30 of them for 110k coins each. So I'm gonna go ahead and spend 1,000,000 GP on it. That's fine. And I think I click on cleanse with this outfit on. Wow, so you have to stay for the whole cleansing session. Now, I like that it's AFK. That's kind of cool. I mean, I think this is a long enough bit of AFK that I can get up and go do some dishes or something. I just don't like that. I feel very like I should never do this unless if it's during this Voice of Saren, right? It's like a waste of time to go do this activity unless if the hourly buff is active. I am going to be having a lot of candy loops for a while. That candy loop tracker has been kind of pointless for the last 20 episodes or so as I've been doing quests, but there's actually stuff that I want to do related to Prif. So I guess we can put this on as a candy loop thing. Train prayer when I have time. Can use this to get some editing done. And then once the hour is over, depending on what the Voice of Saren is, I'll give you a tour of the city and other cool things. Okay, I ran out of my first 10, buying 10 more. It looks like the shop restocks, so that's nice. Getting some work done over here. I don't hate this as a method. I mean, I guess I kind of hate it as a method because I feel like why would I ever do bones ever again if I can do this like super AFK thing that uses money, which as an Ironman is not very useful for anything but this. I feel like it deprecates a lot of prayer training methods, but at least you're making a choice, right? At least it's like, do I want to spend my GP? Do I have the excess GP? Or can I go farm bones somewhere? I probably will end up taking this to 99. I think my calculation says it's going to cost me like 40 million GP, a little bit less than that, but I can afford it. One of the reasons I can definitely afford it, I'm going to show as soon as this clock runs out and the voice changes, because there's a way I'm going to be able to make a ton of money in Prif, I think. I'm kind of looking forward to it, actually. The hour ended while I was in the middle of a crystal. God damn it. It's so annoying. I think I don't care at all about this one. I do care about this one. This is actually the next thing I have to do. I'm going to make an item that makes me not have to care about this, which is actually kind of a good solution. There's an item called Artificer's Measure that essentially makes it so this voice is always active for the activity that I care about. If they made a bunch of items that did that, I think I would be less annoyed. I feel like it would be a little bit more reasonable to have an hourly buff that you can sidestep by doing some kind of quality of life grind that lets you get access to that effect permanently. But I don't have that thing yet, so I'm gonna have to go check that out next. That'll be another hour before I give you my little tour of Prif. I guess from your perspective, it's not an hour, right? You just see the clips, but I want to show you everything, but I kind of gotta go do this now once this prayer crystal is done. Okay, so my understanding is there's these harps. These harps seem like if I wasn't doing quests in chronological order, I should have rushed Flag's End as quickly as possible, even before doing Invention, because they give passive crafting XP, like extremely AFK crafting XP. Also the way I'm going to get Harmonic Dust, which I need to get all the crystal tools, which I need a substantial number of. But you basically have to do this during the voice. Well, I guess you don't have to, but the harp goes out of tune occasionally, and you have to like do a construction action to repair it. And it's less likely to go out of tune during this voice. And the Artificer's Measure, we're going to add that to my candy loop tracker, makes it so that you just never have to, you always have this voice active so that they go out of tune less frequently, which seems worth it. But it's a bummer that I'm doing this at 97 crafting. I'm going to do it to 99, obviously, but I'm probably going to have to do it way past 99 because I need this Harmonic Dust to make all of the upgrades. I need it to make the final Mattock upgrade. I need to make it the final pickaxe, the final hatchet. I just need a shitload of this dust, and I think this is the best way to get it. So I'll be back in an hour, I suppose. Oh, I completely spaced on switching to my crafting outfit. Let me do that. Whoops. Yeah, if I had gotten here at 75 crafting, I would have harped my way to 99 easily. They might add a 110 crafting, which will make it feel a little bit less bad. I hate getting XP past 99, but I'm probably gonna have to. Hopefully we'll see 110 crafting, and maybe it'll be less stupid than all the other 110s that have been released so far. We'll see. Okay, the new Voices of Saren I don't care about. I don't care about Yorworth. I don't care about Mailer. Although I might care about Mailer in the future, I don't care about Mailer right now. So let's go on a little tour, shall we? That was harps. They're cool, I guess. In an hour, I got about 740 Harmonic Dust. I need lots of Harmonic Dust. I need 4,000 minimum to make the Mattock that I want to make. I think it might actually be more than that. So that's going to be several hours. I'll just be sitting there until I get crafting to 99. That was about 300k in an hour, which is kind of wild for something that costs no resources and is just free to do. Okay, so pickpocketing elves mostly doesn't seem worth it. It may have been worth it at some point in the past, but since I'm already 99 thieving, I don't need to do it. Yeah, I guess they have some weird lockouts where you can only fail to pickpocket them some number of times per day. I think that's stupid, but fortunately I don't need to care about it, so it's fine. I think this pottery oven is actually kind of close to a bank, so that's nice. The robust glass machine I'm going to need to do later. I have to start doing this as a daily, annoyingly. I need this to make the Blessed Flask at 118 Herblore, and I need it to make the Artificer's Measure, which is the thing I was just saying I want to make anyway. So I'll start mining this now. I don't know if it makes sense to get any mining benefits, or if I can just run to the bank repeatedly and it's fine. I've got some other sandstone I have to do around the world that I've been putting off because I didn't have access to Prif in the first place. Oh, I probably should have done this before doing any other activities, but I guess there's a similar statue to the one in the Varrock Museum here that gets you XP in all skills, or in most skills. So, yeah, I should have activated that first, but whatever, that's fine. Probably not actually going to do this most of the time because the main statue isn't particularly worth doing. Apparently this bonfire, and there's another bonfire in town, is an everlasting bonfire, and it gives a substantial XP boost for training fire making, which doesn't matter anymore. I guess I can get to 110 sometime if I really needed AFK, but it's kind of a pointless exercise. This would have been better than the one in Yeti Village, but too bad, I guess. The Tears of Saren over here would have been relevant to me a little while ago. They let you recharge all of your Dragonstone jewelry instead of having to go to 2 different places, so mild quality of life improvement, but it is an improvement. There's the Max Guild, which I can't get into, obviously. I think I can get into the garden, maybe? Let me see where that is. I think this might be this big thing back here. I think you can get into the garden based on having some skills to 99, but you can't actually enter until you get them all to 99, but I may as well check that out. Why not? Yeah, here we go. Garden entrance. There we go. Welcome to the Max Guild Garden. Undirected skill portal. 99 with a flake. Unfurl a flag. Oh, I see. These are all the flags for the different 99s. I guess I'll just go do this then. That's kind of cute. I kind of like this. This is nice. Having all the flags here at the outside. I really like the icons they used here. They're like slightly different from the in-game ones. They look pretty though. I'm actually almost done with most of these, so it's very funny to come here and just activate these all at once. Don't have agility yet. I do have defense, necromancy, and attack. Okay. But I guess I don't have attack. Okay, well I've got most of them. You can see over here I don't have that many skills left that aren't 99 at this point. I don't have prayer. I do have divination. I should hit that one. Archaeology. Oh, and there's a quest banner too. Okay. Yeah, so the funny thing about these skill portals, they go to all kinds of useful locations, and technically I've had access to the Grace of the Elves, which is supposed to let me just do that remotely, but I haven't actually been able to come here to tune the portals, so that's pretty funny. Once you've maxed at least 15 skills, which I have. First time's also free. It's lower every 5 skills you've maxed. Okay. I'll have to figure out what I want to tune this to. I guess a fairy ring could be convenient. I don't really have a choice for it right now, but I'm sure we can come up with 2 good options. Remember that they're here at least. I guess the Incandescent Wisp Colony would have been nice for that stupid Majorat Memories quest. A little bit late for that. I think Menaphos VIP area might be useful for a couple of reasons. It'll help me with my daily... I have a cactus tree that's not far from there. It would be faster than teleporting to Menaphos. And I can't enter the tower yet. I have to wear a max cape, which I can't do yet. But that's cute. Those Saren stones over here are where I get the corrupted ore, which you can just smelt for XP and it stacks. It seems pretty convenient if I wasn't already at 99 smithing and over 99 mining. I might still come back to it later for AFK, we'll see. It seems like I should be spending time on the post-110 stuff, though, rather than messing with that, so I don't know that that's super worth it to me right now. So the crystal chest is kind of interesting. I've been very, very good and haven't used any of my crystal keys. This is when I was saying I'm probably going to get a bunch of money. I'm going to get a bunch of money because I have a lot of crystal keys saved up. And I was hoping there would be a bank somewhat close to that chest. But it looks like it's a bit of a hike to get to a bank, which is annoying. Let me check exactly how many keys I have. I think it's kind of comical. Yeah, so I have a 2400 if you will, 2500 if you combine all the loop and tooth halves of key. Maybe I just start doing that. I'll combine all of those. I'll bring some of those over. I don't know if I can go there with a full inventory of keys. I'll try to figure it out, but I'm just going to use all of those at some point, and it's going to be pretty luxurious. It would be great if I could show you the loot gain from it. It's kind of hard to do that in RS3 without a formal loot tracker, but I'll see what I can pull off. At least I can assemble these pretty quickly, thanks to bank presets. Nice of them to have them all process at once. Okay, so it's a little bit under 2,500 keys, but I'm pretty much ready to go here. I'm going to do a few openings now, but I'll do the rest of them later. I still have stuff I want to check out in Prif. All right, let's open this chest. Oh, I can bank from here directly. That's nice. Okay, unfortunately, I won't be able to show you what I get, I guess. I guess I can try to look in my bank and calculate the difference in the objects that I'm pulling. There's no faster way for me to do this. I just have to click over and over, don't I? All right, so from the first batch of stuff I grabbed there, I guess I'll move this huge plated rune salvage. I think that spawns too. I got these motherlode shards, which are kind of interesting. I think that gives you a roll on the motherlode maw table. I'll talk about the motherlode maw later. It's kind of frustrating because you need to have 95 base in all skills, which I basically have soon once I get agility the rest of the way there. And 115 dungeoneering. I do not want to do 115 dungeoneering. It seems like it gives you a lot of things that help you with the completionist cape, some of which would be useful to me, but it's just annoying that it's another pretty useful daily that I can't do. But this lets me get a roll on the same table, so it's not all bad. I might do, let's do like a trip with a pack yak to see how many items I can get. Now that I know that I can bank things from the chest directly. Where? Yeah. That's a pretty decent amount of keys at a time, right? Like 58 per trip. It wouldn't take me terribly many trips to open everything, but I don't want to do it right now. I'm just going to open this batch and see what it gets me. I can speed it up a little bit by placing my mouse so that I can just like spam click in this one location. That's pretty helpful. Yeah, so these are the updated bank totals after doing like 58. I think we're going to be good on alcohols. I'm kind of excited to alcohol this stuff eventually, but I'll get to most of it later. I don't know if I can do anything with this crystal tree blossom. I'm trying to look that up. Oh, it actually is kind of useful, it seems like. It makes a perfect plus potion, which gives you the benefits of all of the Juju potions. Does that mean that I don't have to go to do Herblore Habitat at all? Because that would be fantastic. There's an extra god statue here, which I don't really need for construction XP anymore, obviously, since I'm 99, but I will do it for prayer XP. Where did your follower? Really? Get prayer, please. Here we go. That should clear it. Haven't done the rest of these for this month yet. And then we pray to the statue of Glariel. Interesting that it's Glariel and not Saren. Okay. There's a dude here named Daffid that if I bring him one of every impling, I can get double loot from implings, which probably isn't necessary. I don't think implings are particularly relevant in this game, but it might be something that's worth pursuing at some point. A fairy ring, which I don't know if that's very helpful. It might be if I make the Grace of the Elves teleport from the Max Guild to get there. There's a whole divination area that's completely irrelevant to me. There's an agility course that's been deprecated by the addition of the Anachronia agility course, so I'm probably never going to bother with that. I guess if you balance on these posts once per day, you get some daily agility XP, which is maybe worth it? Question mark. Oh, am I trying to like mirror her stance or something? I see. And then you can just sit here and gain agility XP. 20k per day is maybe good. It doesn't seem like it scales at all with the voice buff. It is like really AFK. Like how AFK is this? Let me find out. Wow, it's like 15, 20 minutes. So this is literally there's so little in the way of 5+ minute AFK in this game where I literally can just get up and leave. I have to change poses. Okay, so I can't quite get up and leave. Maybe I can. Maybe if you don't do the poses, like you still get the XP. It just takes longer or something. Let me read about it on the wiki. Okay, so if you match poses, it's 10 to 15 minutes, and if you don't match poses, it's 20 to 25 minutes. But I might still take that, to be honest. If I can do this in the morning every day and just go get some work done around the house, that would be incredible. So I'm probably actually going to go ahead and do this. I am getting more XP because I have a lot of bonus XP. I haven't like actually trained agility in 15 levels. It's all been Tears of Gothics and lamps and other stuff. So yeah, I'll do this until it runs out. I'll go take out the trash right now. That sounds great. Some of these are really annoying because I have to go get out all these old skilling outfits I forgot that I had that I haven't used in forever, like the Nimble one. It's okay. I don't really have the bank space for them, but I'll make it work. Okay, it just kicked me off with 20k XP. That's not too bad. A couple more things to check out here. So I can buy a bunch of combination potion recipes. It doesn't cost me a ton of GP, but I think it's worth doing. We have to get a lot of recipes from Demonheim, which sort of sucks. I guess this is technically a new potion shop, which is nice. Checking out this resource dungeon. The reason to come here, I guess there's divine locations that don't... I can just use them, I guess? Let's see. Yeah, so I guess this lets me use up my entire divine location limit since I don't get there but the 3 that I make. There happens to be a divine herb patch 3 here, which is nice. And I'll try to catch some of these implings too, I guess. To bring my farming set in here. It is like being able to gather a 4th divine herb patch 3, so it's probably worth doing it every day. It is a little bit annoying. I also noticed, I didn't think that Ironman could benefit from these, but I guess this character gives you a card every day that gives you a buff in Demonheim. Damage taken against bosses is halved, other damage reduced by 5%. I'm just gonna I don't want that in my bank. I'm just gonna destroy it, but maybe if I start training that again, I can do it, I guess. And I guess if I want to catch these implings, I think I need to get them in a bottle to bring them to the guy. I don't have any bottles on me. I don't even know what zombie implings drop, actually. Oh, baby dragon bones. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, so I couldn't find the potions. I think they're actually from her. It's not just her shop. I have to do view recipes. And I guess I'm just going to buy all of these. I probably don't need most of them, but I like to not have to think about it. So there's Elder Overload Salve, Elder Overload, Spiritual Prayer, Agro Overload, which seems pretty useful, Supreme Overload, Searing Overload. I still haven't made overloads on this character ever. It's actually kind of funny. I think I was waiting to come here to do it. Supreme Magic, Supreme Ranging, Bright Fire, Immunity from Dragonfire, and a Prayer Potion. Yeah, this is gonna burn some of my cash here. Worm Fire. Oh, and Wyvern Fire, okay. Grand Defense, Grand Attack, Grand Magic, Grand Raging, Grand Strength. And I guess the rest of these I have to find in Demonheim. I think there's a chance I can get some of them from those tokens that I got that let you get Motherlode Maw rewards. I don't know that it's common enough that I'm actually going to get it from that. It would be great if I could actually do Motherlode Maw, but God, I don't want to do another 16 levels of dungeoneering. That sounds awful. And it does in fact seem like I will never need to actually do Herblore Habitat to get the benefit of Juju Potions. Juju Potions are insanely good. Like the mining one just makes mining AFK. It's actually kind of annoying to me. I really wanted to have it before, when I was mining before coming to Prif like over a year ago. And I should get enough because I don't get any crystal acorns from any of the activities I'm doing, but I should get a bunch from crystal keys, I hope. We'll see. I'll come back to it later. Oh yeah, so this guy, you exchange Motherlode Shards for Manifest Shadow Core. What the fuck is that? Like the worst thing I could have possibly gotten. It gives me Divination experience. Oh boy. Guess it gives divination XP and gives you a light core, which you eventually need for the blessed flask, so it's not completely useless. I'm not trying to pickpocket this person. Whoops. Okay, what else we got going on here? I think I'm almost done. A lot to do in Prif. It's actually kind of impressive. So I think I covered just about everything. There's a Slayer Master who might not be better than the Slayer Masters I have access to, and a Crystal Tree Patch, which I guess I can get a free Crystal Acorn. There's some NPC. Where is she? She's like in the center of town. Let me go try to talk to her. These Harmony Pillars look like they're farming XP, so that doesn't really matter for me, but that's how you get Harmony Moss to make the perfect plus potions, which let me skip Herblore Habitat, which would be great. Yeah, so it's a challenge mistress, so I don't want to do any challenges. I just want the Crystal Acorn. How do I get it? Do I have to do a daily challenge? Because I don't want to. Managed to play this whole game without doing one. Oh, she gives it to you when you have 99 in all skills, which I absolutely don't have. Okay. And I'm probably not getting a Crystal Acorn anytime soon. Okay, I think that's just about everything to mention. Obviously, I've got a lot of work to do in here. I would love to just be doing the harps all the time, but I need to wait for that buff to come up. So that I don't have to wait for that buff, I might try to make that measure item. So the Artificer's Measure, looking it up on the wiki right now, requires 99 crafting and 102 archaeology. I think the crafting is boostable. Yes, so I don't actually need 99 crafting yet. I have to get... The worst thing is Blessed Molten Glass. And I think I could just make everything else just by doing some archaeology. So I'm going to try to track that down. I need 10 Blessed Molten Glass, which is made how? 100 Blessed Sand, 3 Soda Ash, 3 Red Sandstone, and 3 Crystal Flex Sandstone. Okay. Well, yeah, I got to go do this Red Sandstone thing. That's a new daily I have to add onto the list. So let me go. I think there's one in Menaphos, question mark. Okay, so Menaphos doesn't have the Red Sandstone. I need the Elite Desert achievements to get an extra 25 per day, but I don't think it matters because I think I need the Crystal Flex for everything that I need the Red Sandstone for. I might be able to do the Desert achievements. I think I meet all the requirements for it. I'd have to see if there's like anything super annoying like there is for some of the other skills first. The one that I want though is an Ooglog, and then I have to get sand from the sandstone rock over here and then grind it down into sand that I take to bless at altar. This is probably the best place to get this sand because of how close to a bank it is, I think is the idea. Let me just check here. So you mine this guy, then you grind it into extra fine sand, which does stack at least. Okay. Yeah, I'll set up with mining and do this later to get, because I'm gonna need a lot of that to make the Blessed Flask, but that's a pretty long-term mega project. The Artificer's Measure is gonna be much easier to make in the short term. Let me get this Red Sandstone though. I've never actually done that before. Yeah, so this is the Red Sandstone. I think I can get the same as the Crystal Flecked. Yeah, so if I came here with my pack yak, I could do it all in one trip. I'll just remember to do that next time. Yeah, so I was joking to some extent that like getting access to Prif sort of feels like getting a promotion at your job where now you have like 1,000 new responsibilities. You're getting a 25-cent an hour raise. I got all these extra dailies I got to do now. I probably need most of them. It's not the worst thing in the world. Oh, but that was Prif. We'll wrap the episode there. That's a wrap on episode 71. Lots of progress in this one. Lots of new work that I have to do. Really substantially added to my dailies. I know it's generally not advised to bother with the Blessed Flask, but it seems like a cool mega project, and RS3 seems to be lacking in cool, interesting, potentially relevant mega projects. I know there's stuff like the Masterwork armor, but a lot of that has been deprecated heavily by Necromancy, so it doesn't matter to pursue anyway. I need tons of AFK for editing anyway, so I might pursue it if only just for that reason. Next week, we're doing the quest Heart of Stone and maybe Dishonor Among Thieves, which brings us into 2015. I'm probably going to do some achievement diaries. It sounds like the Tyrannon achievement diaries are pretty huge for making Prif more efficient.
And quest number 200, Dimension of Disaster, is coming soon. Probably not next week, but maybe the week after that. I don't know if that's anything like Recipe for Disaster, but I'm hoping it is. And quick side note, what's happening right now at Jagex Corporate is infuriating because they're like going to scoop my goddamn video essay, you guys. Like my whole video essay's premise is that old school RuneScape is uniquely insulated from the worst impulses of capital and that RS3 takes on all of that pain and suffering. And if they actually manage to ruin old school RuneScape before I get my video essay out, I'm going to be so mad. I think we're going to make it. I do still think that old school is so insulated and that the community is very good at pushing back against the C-suite and the suits. The problem is that every time a new venture capital or private equity firm buys Jagex, they think, oh, I can squeeze some blood out of this, not really understanding how the product works. And then the JMods have to send something out like the survey that they sent to get the data, to get people to revolt so that they can tell the suits, no, you idiots, we've tried. The people have tried this like 20 times before. They don't want this shit, right? The executives are brain dead. They don't know how anything works. They're business morons. They can't look at history and say, look, this product is not for you. Like, there is no way for you to squeeze more money out of it. I'm sorry. I'm hopeful that the old school players will be able to resist it. I just urge all of you to have compassion for the JMods because I guarantee you none of the JMods were happy about this. All of them were pushing back on it internally. You know, if they start putting advertising in RuneScape, they're not going to get extra money on their paychecks, right? It's just going to make the game that they love to develop worse. All that extra money would go straight to the top, to the parasites. So just remember that when you're working at a company like Jagex, like you can't badmouth the suits who are paying your paycheck. You have to walk out in front of the firing line and pitch this shit with a straight face. Just know that they're dying inside too, and you know, my heart goes out to them as we try to fight back against capital once again. Like, how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.